Fellow redliners, welcome back to another video. If you guys are unfamiliar with the vehicle that I'm in and are kind of curious, well, you guys probably didn't watch the last video that went up on the channel where I explained I gave my Corvette to service to fix, well, to figure out what's going on with the rear axle and all the other check engine lights and all the other problems that I've had over the last, well, month or so since I picked it up. So today, I got the call finally saying that the car is ready to be picked up. So I'm on my way. Well, I'm not on my way yet. I will be on my way in momentarily to go pick it up. And I will obviously disclose to you guys when I get there and figure out what the hell was wrong with it, what happened with it, and what they did to fix it. And, well, if I expect anything else to break in the near future. So without further ado, let's cold crank this Chevy Spark. This thing is an absolute beast. So headphone users, well, you guys are totally fine. So here we go. With this big tank, all you gotta do is give it a little popper in. Oh my goodness. Guys, I'm sorry that probably burst your eardrums. My apologies for that. Listen to this puppy. Oh. Oh geez, we're spitting flames. We're spitting flames. Flames are coming out the back. It's damaging my garage. I probably should get going. Here we go. Well, I figured out a way to turn off traction control and stability control in this vehicle. Let's go have some fun, boys. It's floored. Stop sign. I gotta slow down here. Give her. No, actually, wow, this thing's pretty. Like I tried to kind of get it to turn, but man, this thing's pretty hooked up. I guess. With like 95 or however many horsepower this thing has, it's pretty hard to trip up, I must say. Guys, despite my best efforts, I can't actually get this thing to slip. Like even traction control, stability control off. Stability goes off after a second. Here we go, launch control. Oh, I think we've got a little wheel hop. Oh, look at this puppy go! We're at like 45 miles an hour and we're stopping for the red lights. That is what I call quick acceleration. I found a problem with the Spark here. So I put $20 in gas and I was checking every like $3-4 to make sure it goes up. It actually had 4 dots when I got the car, so I wanted to return it exactly the way I got it. But and then I checked and I'm like, what the hell? There's no way I used that much gas. So I filled it up and you guys saw in the previous clip it was 4. And ever since then, it's gone up another like tick. This, I don't understand. That's so weird. I don't know, weird quirk, I guess. We are at the Chevy dealer though, so next clip you'll see is in the Corvette. Speaking of which, there she is right there. All right, homies, we are now back home. I got all the paperwork right here. I will tell you exactly what's going on with the Corvette. It could be, here's the thing, it could be very severe or it could be very minor. And the fact that I'm still saying that, well, I think it'll kind of speak for itself in a second. All right, guys, so here are the list of things that they did. It's 2 pages. I'll show you guys the second one in just a sec. But basically, they diagnosed the service light, the check engine light. Basically, they said they reflash it for now. If it does come back, they're going to have to escalate it. That's what I was talking about in the previous clip. There was a recall for my airbag, and I think that, again, was software related, so they flashed that. And they checked the rear axle warning that you guys saw in the previous one. So they basically said that the axle and the cell is probably related. So they reflashed it again. They're going to monitor it. And if it does come back again, they're probably going to have to replace some parts, axle being one, and potentially some other parts. So we'll go to page 2 in a second. That's where this page comes in just 1 sec. What's going on, fellow redliners? Obviously, the next day here, I was a little pressed for time that day, so I didn't get a chance to go through everything with you guys. But today we have an extension of the video. We're actually heading back to the dealership. I'll explain to you guys why in just a second. Well, actually here, I'll show you. So take a look at this. So ever since they got the car, I don't know if it's related or not, but when with the Corvette, the 3 LT package gives you like the memory seats and all that. So usually when you open the door, you see the seats and the steering wheel would move. However, despite my best efforts, it's not moving. So we're heading back to the dealership to fix that. Oh, and there's also one more thing. I asked them to take a look at the front brakes because I don't know if you guys have been watching the channel ever since like I started, you guys would have known that I've been having a little bit of problems with the brakes. If you guys watched like the hooning videos, you guys would see the steering wheel shaking. I can't replicate that today, unfortunately, but you guys just gotta take my word on this one. The steering wheel shakes very, very badly. It's like the brakes hadn't been bedded in correctly. And well, take a look at this. If you guys, hopefully you guys can see the rotors are actually warped in like under 1,000 miles. You can see how much warp is actually on the rotor. So I asked them to look at this, the dealership, and you can actually feel a huge bump here. I know you can just see that line, but there's actually a huge bump, meaning that the brakes on the calipers aren't actually clipping correctly. So I asked them to take a look at that, and what they told me was that's normal wear and tear, and it's not covered under the warranty. Okay, you know, usually brakes aren't covered under the warranty. What was really astonishing to me is that they wanted to quote me $4,000 to replace the brakes all around. That's just like GM products are very, very cheap. So I was hopping on the forums and stuff like I always do to see where I can find like the best parts, prices and stuff like that, and if I wanted to go aftermarket or OEM. And I found a service bulletin describing the exact same issues, where hundreds of people with, whether it be, you know, Z51s, Grand Sports with the non-Z07 package, had the exact same problems. Basically, they had this, it happened between like 0 miles and 5,000 to 6,000 miles. Some people up to like 14,000, 15,000 miles, and this started happening. Because the rotor is actually 2 pieces. So I printed out the service bulletin today, and I'm gonna take it back to the dealership, get them to fix that, and also what they told me about, well, I'll show you guys the video right now. Alright guys, so basically the brakes seem to be wearing very unevenly, and when you stop from, let's say, 130, 140 miles an hour, again, a professional driver on a closed road did this, they told me that the steering wheel was vibrating very, very badly. So I asked them to take a look at it. They determined that there's hot spots, which, again, I don't think there are. So they said you need to replace the rotors, and they quoted me a price north of $3,000 to do so, when these are Chevy parts, guys. You know, the parts alone were probably around like $300-400 to do. And also, like I mentioned, I got them to check the steering wheel. Again, they said that was fine. Now, this is where this thing comes into play. So you can see what I told them. It was basically I had bad jitter and shake. Take a look at this. Okay, let me go into page number 2 of this puppy right here. So basically they replaced the old 2-piece rotors with 1-piece rotors because there was a problem. And again, you can see that this is the whole thing there. So basically what I'm saying is that instead of doing this, which is what was, you know, a service bulletin to do exactly that, to fix exactly the same problem that I have, instead they wanted to charge me, the end customer, to have this exact same job done. And that is just unbelievable to me. So I'm going to go bring this up to them, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next clip. So you guys can see what they said was wrong with the car. And obviously, we know that that's not the case. Because so here you guys go, 2014 to 2016 Corvette. So mine being a 16, it falls under this. Basically, braking pulsation vibration, and it's because of rattle noise. I don't have any rattle noise, but basically excessive lateral runout, which is basically what I showed you guys earlier. There is a huge gap between slots on the brakes. So I would have expected a Chevy dealer to be aware of something like this. This is it's a bulletin that, you know, service advisors, techs should have known. The service advisor took a look at the car, the techs took a look at the car, and needless to say, I don't want to say that they just wanted to charge me for it. Maybe they just weren't aware, but it's part of their job to know something like this, especially like even if they didn't have it on the top of their head, a quick search would have, well, told them that. And little bit of like, I'm just a little upset, obviously, that I had to do this. I was about to pay to purchase new rotors. Luckily, I like to do my research before I do anything, so I found this. I'm gonna take it back to them right now, and we're gonna, well, basically see what they say. I'm gonna express my disappointment with them, want them to fix the seating issue that you guys saw, and also the check engine light is back, even though they said that they wouldn't be, which I thought it wouldn't fix the problem. They just reflashed the ECU, as you guys saw earlier, which, well, is not what I kind of thought. There's actually something wrong. I think there's either an electrical fuse that's gone its way out, or something like that, or the actual part itself is broken. Anyways, let's head out now. Corvette cold start coming up. So guys, unfortunately, we're still using this Canon camera while the GH5 lens is coming. So again, you guys saw in the previous video, couldn't pick up the dynamic range of the cold start. So I don't know how this one's gonna turn out, but we'll do it anyways. Here we go. Corvette cold start. Hope you guys heard that. That is disgusting loud. Well guys, obviously I'm in a rental now. I want to give you guys a quick wind down as to what happened after spending like 25 minutes arguing with the service manager, the tech. Clearly they don't know what customer service. I've never been treated that badly before at a dealership ever in my life. And well, you guys know I've been through many dealerships, both with the GTR, the Genesis, the Lexus, and now the Vet. I've never ever had anything even remotely similar. I've had fantastic experiences, well, for everything. This was the first time. I will definitely not be bringing my vehicle back there again. Jim Tubman Chevrolet, you guys effed up. Never again will I be returning there once I pick my vehicle up. Whether or not you guys are going to approve the claim on the brakes or not, I will take it to the handful of other dealerships in town. You guys have indefinitely lost my business, and I just wanted to come on here for anyone in the Ottawa area. Avoid Jim Tubman's, go to, well, the other ones in town. There's probably like 6 or 7 of them, or whatever, in the nearby area you guys could go to. So just a word of advice. I am unfortunately, well, depends on how you look at it, I'm in a big tank. This thing is quite the opposite of the Spark that we got last time. It is, I think, a Chevy 2500 or a GMC 2500. I'm not, you guys know, I'm not a truck guy, so I really don't know like my trucks very well at all. It's a big thing. It's a crew cab thing with a huge ass bed in the back. I hope you guys can see it there. But to give you guys a recap, they're basically saying that it's not covered on the brakes. We're not covered under warranty. That's not something Chevy does, despite the fact that I showed them this. They were denying this, like, this doesn't exist. We couldn't see it in our system. Then I was like, type in the thing in front of me. They typed it in. There it was, clear as day, popped up. And then the service advisor and the manager and all that clearly, like, just, I don't want to say incompetent. I think they were doing it on purpose. I don't know why, because it's clearly a TSB for it, which GM's going to reimburse them for anyways. So I have no idea why they had to give me that much trouble to just even look at it. They weren't even gonna accept it to look at it. The seat, they weren't even gonna, like, oh yeah, whatever, we'll take a look at that, but that's pretty much it. Even though the check engine light and all that's back. And again, I hope that they've resolved the issue. If not, I'm sure if I take this to any other dealership in town, they would be more than happy to do it for me, because the fact that they can just bill GM for all the repairs. So again, I really don't know if you guys do. Leave it in the comment section down below. Here we go, 0 to 60 pull in this big tank. Oh, feel the juice, feel the juice. We're not even at 100 yet. We're at 60 miles an hour now. That thing, woo, I'll tell you what, this is not a sports car. Well guys, here it is, the big 2500 HD. You can see the double crew, or whatever they call it, crew cab, I guess, or whatever. You can see, look at this, man. This is probably like, I don't even know, like, holy shit, that's probably like 10 feet of room there. I couldn't even begin to tell you how big that is. This, look, I mean, okay, look, I'll show you guys the gen beside it in a second for perspective on what, well, that's obviously sports cars, so not exactly the same, but this thing is freaking huge. This is definitely the biggest truck. You guys saw I got the, what is it, the 250, F-150 or 250 maybe a couple months ago when I took the gen in for service. But again, let me get around here and show you guys. So, Jenny, the 2500 HD. I mean, look at this. The highest part of the roof on the gen is under just the motor of the 2500. That's absolutely crazy. This thing is huge. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna close out the vlog right here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Unfortunately, we had a bad experience there. Hopefully they resolve the issue. If not, again, I'll be more than happy to take it somewhere else to get that work done. Again, I don't mean to bash any company. I'm usually, you guys know me, I'm pretty easygoing guy. I don't really get rattled or upset very easily, nor would I ever bash someone's business, but truly upsetting the experience that I got there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys next video. Bye-bye.